So my name is Ammar, or in Arabic it will be Ammar. I live in the UK. I'm originally from Iraq. I've been learning Turkish basically since February. Pretty much as soon as I decided to learn Turkish, I already knew of Turkishle. I was like, okay, let me just get this program on the road. And I managed to thankfully accomplish what I wanted, which was just get like a basic understanding of the language so that I know I'm a lot more comfortable in self-teaching myself, right? So yeah, language is something that I really like. Turkish is something that I'm looking to be fluent in. And overall, glad I came across John and the team. Been an absolute pleasure dealing with them. Yeah.
Yeah, happy to hear that, Ammar. So why do you want to learn Turkish in the first place?
It's a really good question. Well, it's like a two-layered question. Number one, I really like learning languages. I really do. It's something that I sort of realize is like I should be pursuing anyway. Naturally, I'm quite good at them, even though I only speak like in terms of fluency, I speak English and Arabic. I also when I lived in the Netherlands managed to pick up a good amount of Dutch. I studied Mandarin in the past, studied a bit of Spanish. So a couple of months ago, I was like, I should really pursue a language to become fluent in it. And I was gonna be something. If it wasn't Turkish, it was gonna be something else, right? Most likely Spanish. But then why I said Turkish, I'm thinking of moving back to the Middle East. I don't know exactly where. I mean I've got family living in the Gulf countries, could be somewhere there. So if I'm speaking English and Arabic fluently and I manage to get Turkish under my belt, that's going to be quite powerful. No matter what work you're doing, you've got the most important languages in the region, basically. So that's why I decided, well if I'm going to make that move, I might as well learn Turkish first, and then maybe in the future I could start looking at Spanish or some other languages, right? So yeah, that's pretty much it.
Okay, okay. And what have you tried before Turkishle?
Ertuğrul, the TV show. Like literally, that was it. So I basically when I decided to go for Turkishle, like it was like this is what I want. Like I saw I think it was, I don't know, you guys released something in December or early January where you guys were talking about your new VIP program, and I was like, oh, okay, that's interesting. But I put that in the back of my mind, and I was like, okay, no, well, I decided to start watching Ertuğrul as just an introduction to the language, just to get used to the sort of music of the language. And I knew that like I'm gonna go for this straight away. I didn't a bit of Duolingo here and there just get a couple of words in there here and there. Right now, what I'm using after Turkish and during Turkish there is an app called Link. That's I think I don't know if you know about it, but LINGQ. Very, very good. Very, very good. Way better than Duolingo. It's by like a polyglot who knows like 20 languages or whatever. And he's like language acquisition. It's not language learning, all that kind of stuff.
Great. Okay, so Ammar, is it okay if we speak some Turkish with you?
Problem değil, problem değildir.
Okay, tamam. Merhaba Ammar, nasılsın?
Ben iyiyim, ben iyiyim. Bu hafta çok kalabalıktı. Sen nasılsın?
Ben de iyiyim, teşekkürler. Bu hafta gerçekten İstanbul çok sıcak, hava çok sıcak.
Ha,
O
kaç derece?
yüzden kaç derece? 25-30 derece.
25-30. Okey, okey.
Evet.
Okey, 25-30. Yani sıcak ama yani İstanbul'da ve Türkiye'de klima çok var mı?
Maalesef, maalesef.
Okay. Okay. Bu durumda ya çok sıcak.
Doğru,
Çok
doğru,
rahatsız.
doğru.
Ee,
Peki Ammar nerelisin?
Ben Iraklıyım. Iraklıyım. Ve İngiltere'de yaşıyorum.
Hangi şehirde? Londra'da mısın?
Londra'da, evet, Londra'da.
Peki,
Başkenti.
Londra nasıl bir şehir? Seviyor musun Londra'yı?
Ee, Londra çok seviyor. Yani çok, tabii çok kalabalık ama bence yani ben 25 yaşındayım ve yani bekar. Ben 25 ve bekar. Yani responsibilities, mesuliyat, no.
Hı hı hı. Hı hı.
Oh yeah, it is nice.
Evet,
I
evet,
just guessed. Yani mesuliyat yok. Çok mesuliyat yok. Sadece işim ve sağlığım dikkat etmeye lazım.
doğru.
Evet. Ve yani dolayısıyla çok boş vakit var ve Londra'da çok şeyler is going on. Çok şeyler sürüyor. Evet.
Ben 2 ay önce Londra'ya gittim ve
Aa, öyle mi?
evet,
Aa,
evet, çok güzeldi, harikaydı. Am, Çok büyüktü, büyüktü. Benim eşimin annesi ve babası orada yaşıyor. Guildford.
Guildford. Oh wow.
Evet.
Okay. Okay.
O yüzden gittik. Bir 5 gün falan şey yaptık. Yemekler çok güzeldi, binalar çok güzeldi.
Yemekler çok güzeldi. Londra'da.
Londra'da ama İngiliz yemekleri değil.
İngiliz. Ya evet. Tabii. Ya.
Evet, evet. Ondan
Okay.
sonra beğendim yani, beğendim, güzeldi.
Çok güzel, çok güzel. Yani sence hangi şehir en kalabalık? Yani İstanbul ya da Londra?
İstanbul çok daha kalabalık.
Öyle mi? Okay, okay. Oh wow.
İstanbul çok daha kalabalık. Bir de İstanbul'da ulaşım, yani otobüs, metro çok
Hı
Londra kadar gelişmiş değil. Londra kadar iyi değil. O
hı.
yüzden daha kötü biraz.
Okay. Çünkü yani infrastructure daha kötü.
Peki ama ne iş yapıyorsun?
Ben satış, evet.
Tamam. Online mi çalışıyorsun yoksa ofise mi gidiyorsun? Online.
Online, okay. Online ve office yani hem online hem de office. Hybrid model gibi. Benim için yani en güzel şey online yani evde çok rahatlı. Ve ofiste yani her hafta belki bir gün ya da 2 gün ofise gidiyorum.
Hı hı.
Yani biraz daha yani çok daha sosyal ve yani it's a different vibe, farklı bir vibe. Evet.
Evet, anladım. Peki kardeşin var mı?
Evet, iki kardeşim var. İki küçük kardeşim var. Yani küçük ama onlar yani onlar benden çok büyük. Bir kardeş 15 yaşıyor ve o diğer kardeş 20 yaşıyor.
Hı, anladım. Ama Türk dizileri izliyor musun?
Yani evet ama sadece bir dizi izledim. Bu dizi yani Ertuğrul Kuruluş, hayır Diriliş, Kuruluş Osman denedim ama bilmiyorum neden ama beğenmedim. Yani şu anda yeni bir dizi bakıyorum ama şimdiye kadar iyi bir dizi bulmadım. İyi bir
Doğru.
dizi bulmadım. Ama bir film bulmadım. O filmin ismi I will get for you. Bir klip izledim ve klip yani çok komik. Bu filmin isim where was it? Oh gosh. Okay. Bilmiyorum ama it's on my list. I'll find it's on my list. It's yani Türk mafyanın hakkında ya çok komik bir film. Evet. Yani ben tavsiyelere açık. I'm
Aç.
open to suggestion.
Ama peki sana belki birkaç tane tavsiye verebilirim. Görüşmeden sonra yazarım sana. Hobi olarak neler yapıyorsun? Spor yapıyor musun mesela? Başka neler yapıyorsun?
Evet, tabii ki. Yani spor salonuna gidiyorum. Voleybol hem oynuyorum. Diller öğreniyorum. Bu hem yani hem kullanılı bir şey hem de yani hobim. Arkadaşlarla dışarı çıkıyorum. Normal bir hayat.
Peki, çok güzel. Daha önce Çince, İspanyolca öğrenmiştin. Bir de Hollanda'da yaşadın. galiba, değil mi?
Evet.
Orada neden yaşadın? Aileden dolayı mı?
Hayır, hayır. Çünkü orada bir iş vardı. Yani ve biliyorum yani Hollanda'da özellikle yani tech sektör da herkes İngilizce konuşuyor. Ve o zaman bilgisayar mühendisleydim ve yani bir iş orada vardı. İngilizce söylüyoruz. You know, F it. We're gonna go there and see what it's like. Ve orada yani 1,5 sene yaşadım ve yani ben de güzel bir yani tecrübe ama İngiltere'ye geri dönmek istedim. Çünkü yani burada eğer Hollanda'da kalmak istiyorsam sadece biraz Flemenkçe yeterli değil. Yani I have to commit to actually living there. Çünkü belki bir gün gelecek Orta Doğu gidecek. Çünkü belki bir gün gelecek diğer başka bir bölge gideceğim. Hollanda'da hayatım Hollanda'da geçmeye inanmıyorum. Yani bu yüzden İngiltere'ye geri döndüm.
Tamam, çok güzel, çok güzel. Peki İstanbul'a ne zaman geliyorsun?
Gelecek yazın. Gelecek yazın.
Tamam,
Çünkü ben yani uzun bir zaman Türkiye'de kullanmak istiyorum. Yani 3 ya da belki 4 ay ama inşallah gelecek yazın. İnşallah
tamam,
gelecek.
tamam. Gelecek yazın geldiğinde o zaman buluşalım. Biraz
Tabii ki, tabii ki, tabii ki.
tamam, süper. Tamam Ammar. Çok teşekkürler.
Hayal et, piyangoyu kazandın ve şimdi 1 milyon doların var. Bu istersen pound da olabilir senin
Evet.
için. Ne yapacaksın? O parayla ne yapacaksın?
Eğer 1 milyon pound'um var. Çok iyi bir soru. Ya evvela yani bir ev alacak. İngiltere'de eğer ev İngiltere'deyse
Evet.
İngiltere'deyse bilmiyorum. Yani belki daha ucuz bir ülkede.
Hı.
Em,
Nerede mesela? Nerede daha
Yani çok iyi bir soru. Yani yani eğer 1 milyon
yeterli değil?
ya çünkü bu zor bir soru neden? Çünkü bazı ülkeler eğer sen yani investment visa alabilirsin.
Hı hı.
Ve yani bunlar yani çok az vergiler var. Yani çok stratejik düşünme biliyorum ama evet yani belki Fez'de çünkü Fez çok güzel bir ülke.
Pas?
Fas,
Pas.
evet.
Aha, Türkiye'de.
Belki Malezya'da belki Türkiye'de ama
Türkiye'de
Türkiye
çok pahalı.
Türkiye bugünler Türkiye çok paha iyi bilirim. Belki Irak'ta çünkü ben Iraklıyım.
Hı hı.
Ama ya muhtemelen İngiltere'de değil. Ev aldıktan sonra iş için okuyacağım.
Hı hı.
Yani üniversitesi de değil ama yani pazar araştırması okuyacağım.
Hı hı.
Hayır, pazar araştırması yapacağım ve yani bir seneden sonra benim işim başlayacağım yani. Çünkü yani çok iş fikirler var.
Hı hı.
Ama çünkü yani her fikir, her ide yani o o fikir fakat o sadece bir fikir.
Hı.
Ve çünkü ben ben her gün iş çalışıyorum.
Hı hı.
Zamanım yoktur. Çünkü her gün iş çalışıyorum. O fikirler peşinden gitmek zamanım yoktur.
Hı.
Uh,
Doğru.
You said that in the past you'd learned Spanish, you studied Mandarin, Dutch, if I'm not wrong. So
yes.
you studied 3, 4 languages so far. What's the difference between Turkish and those languages? And would you say that Turkish is more difficult to learn compared to them?
For me, yes, definitely. Well, it's it's more so the word. It's just really the word order, and yeah, I think it's more the word order than anything else. The sort of way that you have to think when you're thinking in Turkish, or you try to think in Turkish, construct sentences in Turkish. For me, it's difficult, or it was difficult in the beginning. Now I'm getting used to it. Funnily enough. I was at a I was at a language exchange event the other day, and I was trying to, just practice a little bit of Spanish. And because I hadn't practiced Spanish in so long, and in my brain, the thing that I, use to speak another language now is Turkish. I
Mhm.
was trying to use Spanish while thinking in Turkish. Like it had that kind of effect. Like I was thinking in Turkish word order, trying to speak Spanish. It was so jarring. Yeah, it was so weird. But yeah, so now that's fine. And I would say, the most difficult thing is the words. You talk about your dative and accusative case, remembering when to use those, how to use those. But I think that's just something that comes with a lot of, time and exposure. It's good to explicitly know about them and
Mhm.
understand what it does. But, much more than that, I don't think it's something that, you could stress about. So yeah, it's a different word order, different way of thinking. That's going to be, a shock to most people, I think, when they first get introduced to it. But you get used to it quickly if you immerse yourself.
So what would you suggest then new people starting to learn Turkish? Like
You just
what would
immerse
be your,
yourself.
yeah.
Like now, when I go on my YouTube shorts, like half of them are in Turkish, right? So what start off by finding a good TV show that you like. TV show, start off by finding a good movie. If you can go to the country, like haven't been to Turkey yet. I plan on going for an extended period of time, God willing, in the next year or so. But yeah, if you can go to the country and just plant yourself, and don't especially when it comes to speaking, don't worry about looking like an idiot. That's something that I think that's one of the biggest things that helps me pick up a language is like I'm always going to try. And I know I sound stupid, I know it sounds silly, but people appreciate you trying. They really do. They're not going they might laugh at us when we maybe reach C1 or C2 level and can fool them into thinking we're a native and then say something weird, right? That's when it gets, but then you already know enough of the language to be confident in it, so you can overcome that, right? So yeah, immerse yourself. Yeah, find TV shows, find like reading. Link again is really good. If you could get like those books where you've got the translation and whatnot. Writing, speaking, any which way is possible that you can, achieve those things, whether it's like a daily diary, whether it's, getting somebody to market for you and getting some feedback there. But yeah, get a lot of input for like, let's say a month. Don't try to think about using anything, in my opinion. Then start studying and getting output, and then just continuous practice every single day, every kind of opportunity that you get. Like for example, when I take a shower now, instead of maybe playing some music, I'm gonna put on, what was it, Teacher Ali Yilmaz,
Yeah.
and just try to listen. While I'm doing the dishes, I might try to put on like just listen to like some news channel, right? Even though I don't understand most of it. Oh, and that's another thing actually, comprehensible input, the sort of M+1 method, where you try to listen to something that you can just about comprehend, and you will find those. Like for example, that channel that I just mentioned, they have like A1, A2 stories, B1, B2 stories, that kind of thing. Listen to something where you can pretty much make up what's going on, and then there's a few extra words, things, sentences, structures that are new to you. So yeah, I know that was a lot of words, but that's what I'd say. Yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes when people watch Turkish dramas, for example, it demotivates them because they're like, okay, I've been studying Turkish, because they have the wrong expectation, right?
Yeah.
They're like, okay, I've been studying Turkish for 1 month, 2 months now. I watched this series, but I didn't
Yeah.
understand anything. Why? I mean, the
Yeah.
reason is because it's a native level content that
Yes.
it's gonna take you at least a year to understand that
Yeah,
level.
yeah. Well, I mean, if you think about like, the best language learners in the world, they've done studies on them. They're called babies, right? They like it takes them about, 2 years to start, putting sentences together and understanding things. And it takes them another 5, 6 years to start speaking, fluent, like properly fluent, right? If you think about that, like 1 year till you get to a, let's say C1 level is already wow compared to the progress that you made as a baby and a child. Okay, some babies are geniuses, and you speak to them and it's like, what are you, like 5? You sound like you're 10 years old or something like that. I've had 1 or 2 experiences like that, which is funny. But yeah, it's that kind of expectation it definitely does demotivate you. You just have to get to grips with the fact that you're still a toddler, mentally speaking, in the language, and it's going to take you some time, and you didn't understand what the news channel was saying when you were 3, 4 years old. So why are you gonna understand it within 3 or 4 months of learning a language? Yeah, no, 100%. And I think I heard something that was also very interesting. It was I can't remember which channel this was. Some American guy who likes learning languages. The guy was talking about language learning it's not like any other thing, that like almost every other field, subject, discipline, you can logically go through the steps and understand it, and but through logic actually build your comfort with the thing. It doesn't work that way in language. You can't logic your way into fluency. It's not something. It's a very subconscious process. So it's unlike anything else. Like we can't apply the same expectation as okay, I'm going to cover unit 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and that's going to unlock unit 6 for me. And then by the time I get to unit 7, I can do all the others just as fine. It doesn't work that way. You go to unit 7, you've forgotten about unit 2. 5 units later, you start remembering it again. It's a messy process, very, very messy process. So that's also something, we have to sort of take into account when learning a language.
Yeah, exactly. The expectations is the key, I think. So when people think that, okay, it's going to take a long time, so I should get ready for that. That works the best, as you said. And
Yeah.
I know you're living in UK. So were there any Turkish people that you spoke to? Like,
Yeah, 100%. So yeah, now that I've finished the program, the language exchange event, I went there explicitly with the purpose of, meeting somebody Turkish, and thankfully I did. And luckily for me, he's doing a master's degree now, and he wants to improve his English. So we're going to do a language exchange. We're going to try it. Today's going to be our first session in the evening, just an online session, half an hour. He talks in English, and I correct him. Half an hour, I'm going to talk in Turkish and I correct him. So that's, really good. I'm lucky to have found him. Definitely want to go out, find some more Turkish people, whether it's language exchange events, whether it's finding, Turkish institutes that have some presence here in London. Yeah, so 100%.
Right, great. I mean, when you do these things, it becomes much more enjoyable. And
Oh, 100%,
yeah.
100%. Because it's not just, oh, I'm learning a language. It's like, no, I'm actually engaging with the world, to learn this thing. So yeah.
So how did you find Turkish's program now? What was your experience with it?
I think it's a brilliant program to sort of fast track, so long as you've got the intent for it, of course, to fast track your initial progress in Turkish. I mean, that's how I found it. I believe that for people who have, who already come in with like an A2, let's say, kind of level, it's also adjusted to get them to the B1, B2 stage, right? Yeah, so I came in, with pretty much nothing. You've got that constant, rhythm. It's like you've got the set, exercises that you need to do. It's nice. It gives you structure. You get paired up with really great teachers. The staff at Turkishle, they're all wonderful. Everyone I've had a really good experience with. You get the Slack community, you get the Moodle community, where you're actually doing the language learning on the online platform, and you get really good feedback on. I must say, like, shout out to Betulay. She goes like ham on the feedback. I was like looking at some of the comments, like, wow, how long did it take for her to comment that? But she really cares. It really shows the care that the team has. So yeah. very good structure. You know, there wasn't a single day where I was like, you know, losing motivation. It was more like, okay, how do I restructure my day so I can fit this in? Because I really, you know, want to go for it, you know. And then yeah, you've got the bi-weekly. Well, no, bi-weekly is, that word always confuses me because I always think of it as like 2 days a week, but then it actually means every 2 weeks. Twice a week, you've got the speaking lesson with your teacher, and then also twice a week you've got the chai saati, which is the, you know, it's just sort of like, you know, you get together, one of the Turkishle instructors will be there, and basically you maybe 4 or 5 people speak on what you know, the teacher will ask you questions like, where are you from, introduce yourself, blah blah blah, and they try to get you to use Turkish to describe random topics, and you know, I think it's a really good way of practicing, and everybody gets their fair share. And then sometimes, you know, students try to, you know, start getting conversations in Turkish between themselves, you know, as it goes on, and then the teachers just sort of facilitate that. So yeah, so the chai saati is good. Yeah, I mean, I think it's just a solid program, and really good and engaging for sure.
Amazing. I'm happy to hear that, Ammar. And as I told you before the interview, Merve, your teacher, has been talking about you. We are tracking your progress as well. You're one of the rare students who went in above of the program. We're talking with Merve, and when Merve said he wants to do even more, we were surprised because normally, for most students, the program is intense, and some of them even want us to slow down. So we were really happy when we, you know, heard that one of our students finally want to do more. So
Nice.
I'm happy with that. Yeah.
Nice. No, that was good. Yeah, I'm trying to get on the path to fluency, so I'm glad you guys were able to sort of facilitate, you know, a fast track. And that's also another thing that's, you know, nice about the program. It really is definitely adapted to you. You know, you're not just going to have somebody who's going to, you know, sit there and just go through like a set curriculum and like, okay, this is what we're doing, I don't care. Like, no, they're gonna look at you, they're gonna be like, oh wow, you can already say, you know, stuff that's in, you know, this level. Well, okay, maybe, you know, we'll give you like a, you know, topic here that you can cover or whatever, or here's like a sheet that's not got to do with the program, but it's some practice or whatever. And then if you know, you show consistent effort, you know, it's going to be, you know, reflected on the teacher side as well. Yeah, so it was great.
Yeah. I want to thank you so much. We're so proud of you. I remember the first time we had a talk with you. Like it's like day and night. The difference is day and night.
Really? You think so? Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
I'm really happy about that. And yeah, thank you for being our student.
No worries at all. Thank you for being my teachers.